Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Let me check if everything's working correctly. And we're about to start with Manchester City against Chelsea. I'm going to be doing a watch-along stream for the first half. I don't know if I'm going to continue into the second half. We'll have to wait and see. So these are the teams that we have here. The two teams. Let me check if everything's working before we get started. Okay, so we should be ready here. So let's get right into this. Big game. Big game. It's Manchester City. If they win today, they will be crowned champions. Uh, Obviously, this is a big game for Chelsea as well for the top four positions. Chelsea currently sitting in fourth. They could jump Leicester with a win after Leicester lost their last game to Newcastle last night. So it's a huge game for both sides. Obviously, it's going to be a first sort of taste for the Champions League final that is going to be happening in 18 days between these two sides. It's Pep Guardiola against Thomas Tuchel. It's a big game and it's about to kick off right now. Obviously, I cannot show the game on stream. I'm watching it on the other screen here, and I'm going to be talking you guys through the game. So as you can see, the game has started. Let's talk a little bit about the lineups. We have for Chelsea, Mendy, Christensen, Rudiger and Azpilicueta as a back three, with Kante and Gilmour in the midfield, James, Alonso as the wing backs, Ziyech just behind Pulisic and Timo Werner. I'm not 100% certain it's going to look like this in the actual game. I think it's going to be more of a 3-4-3 with Ziyech as a left winger or Pulisic as a left winger. Probably Ziyech as a left winger, Werner up front, and Pulisic as a right wing. And for City, we have a very weird kind of formation by the looks of things. It's Ederson, Diaz, Ake, Laporte with Mendy, Cancelo, Torres, Rodri, Sterling, Aguero and Gabriel Jesus. Very weird lineup. I'd love to see how Pep has set this team up. We're currently 1 minute into the game. City have a throw-in. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how these two teams face up. Obviously, Chelsea beat Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final a couple of weeks ago. So that's a first sort of taste. And it's going to be a very interesting final between these two sides. Two elite managers going up against each other to win the biggest club competition in the world. Very interesting game. So currently looks like City are going to be having more of the possession here. It's looking more of a front two for City. It looks like Aguero and Gabriel Jesus play at the same space right now. They play both very far forward. It's not like one of them is behind the other. Rudiger now has the ball. It's a throw-in for Chelsea. So if you guys have any questions or anything you guys want to talk about, just type it in the comments below. I'm going to be here for all the first half, and there's a chance we might be here for the second half as well, but we'll have to wait and see. Chelsea here trying to break forward a bit, but Billy Gilmore has misplaced the pass towards Pulisic, and Manchester City will have the ball back here. And this is the way that City will want to play against Chelsea. They will like to dominate the possession and try to force Chelsea into trouble. Uh, Obviously, Chelsea have looked very solid defensively, same as Manchester City. This is one of the reasons both sides are in the Champions League final right now. And Ferran Torres is through here for Manchester City. Ferran Torres' shot is well off. First shot of the game goes to Manchester City and Ferran Torres. A signing we've not seen a lot from. As you can see, the lineups have adjusted here on the site. It's basically exactly what I told you guys. It's a 3-4-3 for Chelsea, 2 up front for City. They were playing on the same level this whole first 4 minutes of the game. The thing that I'm not really sure they got right here, I don't think Nathan Ake is playing as a midfielder. I think he's currently playing as a left centre back. It's still 3 at the back for. He's actually playing as a left back. Cancelo's a right back, and Mendy's a bit further forward in the actual game than what it shows here. Also, we could talk a little bit about some other games that are going on right now. Lyon are 4-0 up against Lorient. Aouar, Paqueta, Bruno, and Bruno again. And it's a tight race for this Ligue 1 title. It looks like Lyon are out of it, even with the win today. It's probably a fight between PSG and Lille. Lille obviously winning last night, 3-0 against Lens. You have PSG playing Rennes tomorrow. Big game. With PSG being knocked out of the Champions League, is going to be huge for Mauricio Pochettino to be able to give PSG the title again, because he will not want to be one of the managers that is not going to win the league with PSG. Obviously, we had news today as well that Neymar signed a new contract with PSG until 2025. I think it's 2025 that he signed for PSG with. Not to me, I don't think he's impressed so far for PSG. He hasn't showed up in the big games. They haven't made much noise in the Champions League. Last season they were very good, but Neymar didn't show up in the final last season. If you remember from watching the game, and it was a huge missed opportunity for PSG to finally capture that elusive Champions League that they've been wanting to win for so many years, ever since they've got this huge amount of money pumped into the club, making all these elite signings. Some elite players are playing for this club, but still they haven't found the last pieces to compete for that Champions League. There always seems to be a step behind everybody else, PSG. As you can see, it updated again. It shows that Mendy's playing as further forward. Ake is playing as a centre back. From what I've seen, I think Cancelo is playing as a right back right now. Maybe you could argue he's a right wing back, but he's playing pretty further back. Sterling here, played through by Jesus. Jesus back. Jesus with a shot straight at Aguero. Mendy with a shot, and it's wide. City are dominating the start of this game. Chelsea really haven't had anything, any shots, anything special happen so far. It's very early in the game to be concerned. because this is the way Chelsea will want to play against Manchester City. Chelsea usually do play on the break. They are very good defensively, so they can absorb a lot of pressure. And with players like Kante in there, they're a very elite defensive side. And how good was Kante? How good was he in the 2 games against Real Madrid? He really showed the world that he's one of the best defensive midfielders the world has ever seen. He's by far and away the best defensive midfielder in the world right now, and he's one of the best of all time. He's playing in a role that Makelele made famous in the last decade of football, and Kante has really taken that role and made it his own. I think by the time Kante is done playing football, we're not going to be referring to it as the Makelele role, we're going to be referring to it as the Kante role. That defensive midfielder, that elite defensive-minded player that is so good at breaking up play. And this is what Kante is elite at. And it was really sad seeing him the last couple of years with different managers trying to force him to change his style of play, playing him further forward, and he was not as effective as he can be as playing in that DM role that we've seen him this season for Chelsea since Tuchel has arrived at the club. So Ederson has the ball right now. City are they're not forcing play right now, they're just knocking the ball around a bit. Chelsea are not pressing very high. They're letting the centre-backs of Manchester City have the ball without any pressure. And they're trying to get the ball now. And they've got it, Kante. Kante has the ball and he's playing it wide to Reece James. Reece James back to Kante, back to Billy Gilmour. Gilmour is a bit of a surprise today. I was not expecting to see him in there. But maybe he just wanted to give Jorginho a bit of a rest after the midweek game. We've seen he's resting Kai Havertz. And who else was playing midweek? Who was playing midweek? I don't remember at all. Who was playing beside Kai Havertz? Mason Mount, I'm sorry. He's resting Mason Mount. He's resting Kai Havertz. He's playing with Ziyech and Pulisic. He's obviously resting Jorginho. The defense is still the same because it's just so solid right now. You would not want to mess that up. So Chelsea have started to look a bit more dangerous. They've started to move forward a bit on the pitch, trying to force a bit more trouble for Manchester City because so far they haven't produced anything. Not that Manchester City have produced anything special, they just had 2 shots. Not a very interesting first 12 minutes of the game. Both sides seem a bit too scared of one another and they're playing a bit too safe. Rudiger here with a very bad pass. He could have played Werner through here, but very bad pass there from Rudiger. And Kante with an interception here from Sterling. Werner could be a foul here. It's a foul. It's a free kick for Chelsea in a very good position. Yellow card for Raheem Sterling. First yellow card of the game. And this just shows the elite level of N'Golo Kante just nicking the ball off Sterling, and Sterling with a very bad tackle on Timo Werner. You could argue this is a red. I think there might be a chance here that Sterling might get sent off if VAR is brought in here because he's going in with the studs towards Werner's leg. I don't think it's going to be going to VAR, so it looks like it's going to be a yellow card for Raheem Sterling. And it's a free kick in a very, very good position for Chelsea here. It's, it's Reece James on the free kick and Marcus Alonso are the two players on the ball on the free kick. Obviously, Marcus Alonso has a very good strike on him. Let's see if Chelsea can grab the lead here with this free kick and cause a bit of trouble towards Manchester City. It looks like it's going to be Alonso that's going to be taking the free kick. It's not. It's Reece James straight out the wall. Alonso has got the ball back though for Chelsea, and he's given him back to Reece James. But it looks like the chance has been missed by Chelsea here. Timo Werner on the left wing to Ziyech. Ziyech trying to look for Pulisic, but Ake very read that very well and clears the ball for Manchester City. And the danger is gone for City right now. Very huge missed opportunity here for Chelsea. I thought that Alonso should be taking that free kick over Reece James. Alonso has a very good free kick on him, and it was a missed opportunity for Chelsea here. But Chelsea just seem to be growing and growing in this game, and Manchester City are kind of allowing them to have the possession. And Ziyech has played through Reece James. Reece James with a cross towards Alonso, saved by Ederson. Chelsea starting to play with a bit more pace. They're a bit more potent right now, and they will try to look to score a goal. Ederson though grabs the cross by Reece James pretty easily, and Manchester City under pressure here. But it's back to Ederson, and Chelsea are not pressing very high forward. Very normal against this Manchester City side, because if you press too much and very high, you might get caught out, because they are very elite with the passes that they make. They find the free player very easily. This is the way of football that Guardiola loves to play. And Manchester City are on the attack right here with Benjamin Mendy. But the ball's back with Rodri and back to Ake. So guys, if any of you are in the comments, just type any questions, anything you guys want to talk about, any questions about this game or any other game that's happening this week. Let's have another look at any other games. Lorient have got a goal back against Lyon. Bayern are 1-0 up against Mönchengladbach. Obviously, Bayern have officially won the Bundesliga for the 9th straight season after RB Leipzig lost to Borussia Dortmund. Lewandowski with another goal. How many goals is that for the season for Robert Lewandowski in the Bundesliga? 37 goals and 6 assists. Elite striker. We have a corner here for Manchester City after a shot by Rodri has been deflected, and it is a corner for Manchester City. Let's see if they could get anything from this. Inter's also winning 3-1. Inter obviously won the Serie A champions officially since last week. Sanchez with 2 goals. There being Sampdoria 3-1, and Ake almost had a goal here. Great header by Nathan Ake, just a bit wide of the post, and it's still City 0, Chelsea 0. Very close. That it took a few deflections there. It might have been another corner for City here, because Nathan Ake, no, it's not. It's actually Rudiger gets the header, and it bounces off Laporte's head, and it goes just a bit wide. Werner is on the break. Timo Werner on the left wing, 1-on-1 against Stones. Finds Gilmour. Gilmour's shot is blocked by Benjamin Mendy, and it's a foul by Marcus Alonso. Also, we had the final games of the season in the Championship. Derby got a 3-3 draw in a very exciting game, and they're going to be staying in the league. Obviously, we have Norwich and Watford are going to be playing Premier League football next season, but we've known that for a few games. The Barca match was terrible. Suarez played like he was still a Barca player. Obviously, we haven't talked about this game a little bit, but as Soccer Prox has said, let's go and see what happened in that game a little bit. Barcelona 0, Atletico Madrid 0. Huge advantage for Real Madrid if they are able to win against Sevilla tomorrow. It's not going to be an easy game for Real Madrid, but if they somehow can get a win, they will be the favourites for the title after that. Obviously, let's see the statistics a bit. It looks a very even game. I actually didn't watch the match, so Soccer Pro, if you want to talk to me a little bit about the game, I would really appreciate it. I didn't watch the game at all. I was expecting a very low-scoring game. That's usually how Atletico Madrid games go. And Barcelona are not the elite side that we have been used to over the last couple of seasons. So a 0-0 draw is not shocking to me here. Obviously, let's see the lineups who actually played. We had Messi, Griezmann. Like as you can see, the levels that Barcelona have dropped over the last couple of seasons. This 11 players should not be playing for Barcelona. I'm sorry, they're not up to level of Barcelona. Atletico Madrid do have a very good side, and they have missed an opportunity this season because they had such a huge advantage over everyone else. A few months ago, they were like 10 points ahead of everyone else, and right now they could be level on points with Real Madrid if Real Madrid beats Sevilla tomorrow. So Soccer Pro, just type in the comments what did you think of the game. If I remember correctly, I think you're an Atletico Madrid fan. It seems like you're not that happy with the draw. Obviously, the draw is not the worst result for you. You still win the title. Atletico had chances, but Suarez legit played terrible. He was shooting straight at the stadium. Carrasco wasn't taking his chances. Obviously, it is that thing that Suarez playing against his former side. He might have been a bit more under pressure than usual. That's normal. But I do still think that you guys have a very good chance of winning the league this season. I think the draw cost Barcelona more than you, because Barcelona. Where is the game? Where is the league? The table. Yeah, because Barcelona are 2 points behind you, and they are 1 point of Real Madrid with a game in hand. It looks like this might have cost Barcelona the league, this draw. Barcelona needed a win. PK scored a goal offside. Suarez scored, it was a foul, but I hope Sevilla can beat Real. From what I've seen from Real Madrid this season, I would not be shocked if Sevilla gets something from the game. Because midweek against Chelsea, Real Madrid actually looked terrible. Chelsea played them off the park. They were miles behind Chelsea. So it would not shock me if they were to go on and drop some points against Sevilla. We have Sociedad at home and then Osasuna at home, then Valladolid. The least we can do is get 6 points from the Valladolid and Osasuna game. I would argue that you have to get 9 points from these 3 games. Sociedad are not good. I've seen them play against United this season in the Europa League. They were terrible, especially defensively. Sociedad looked awful defensively. You should be able to win all 3 of the games. Osasuna are currently not playing for anything. They're 12th mid-table. They're not in any danger of getting relegated. They cannot get to any European spots. So they are not going to be a hard match for Atletico, and Valladolid. Valladolid could be a bit tricky. I think out of all the games that you've mentioned, Valladolid might actually be the trickiest game for Atletico Madrid, especially if it's away from home. Because Valladolid are playing for their lives at the bottom of the table. They are currently level on points with the Huesca, as I can see here. So they are not going to be an easy team to beat. They've got 4 draws in a row here. It's going to be a very, very difficult game for Atletico. It's probably going to be way harder than the Sociedad game. That's what I'm going to say about it. Oh, big chance here missed by City, and it's another corner for Manchester City. Haven't talked about the City game in a little bit. Sociedad bottled a 2-0 lead to a horrible and struggling Valencia team. Yeah, as I said, from what I've seen from Sociedad, I've not been impressed, especially defensively. The game against Man United in the Europa League, I've watched both games. Defensively, Sociedad looked terrible. They do have some sort of strength up front, but still not up to a level that high level defense like Atletico Madrid have. They will not struggle against Sociedad. I think it's going to be an easy win for them. Bayern have just scored another goal. Thomas Müller with a second goal. They're really running away with it again. Another season that they've won the league. 9 straight seasons that Bayern Munich have won the Bundesliga. It really is not that interesting anymore, the Bundesliga. There's a bit of interest in the top 4 race with Borussia Dortmund struggling but kind of hitting form in the right stage of the season. Big win for them today against RB Leipzig. They got an 89th minute goal from Jadon Sancho after winning 2-0. RB Leipzig got back into the game and they drew level 2-2. But Sancho in the 87th minute won it for Dortmund, and it's a huge game if they want to be playing Champions League football next season. Interested to see Nagelsmann as Bayern coach. Yeah, very, very interesting coach for Bayern Munich next season. He's looked very good for RB Leipzig over the last couple of years. It's a bit weird that Hansi Flick left the Bayern job, because the elite football that Bayern Munich play, especially last season and this season as well, they would have won the Champions League this season if Robert Lewandowski was not injured for the PSG game. They would have easily gone past Manchester City, and I think they would have won the final, because the football that they play is some of the best football we've seen over the last couple of years. Elite football, very high tempo, so many chances they create, and with a striker like Robert Lewandowski up front, there is a lot of goals that Bayern Munich score, and they play an amazing type of football. So it's pretty sad to see Hansi Flick leave. Obviously, he's going to be going in the German national team, and Nagelsmann is as good as a replacement as you can get. Yeah, Chelsea versus Manchester City's right now. I'm watching on the other screen and doing a bit of a watch along here. It's a preview for the Champions League final, exactly. So far, hasn't been anything too impressive. Both teams are very, very defensively orientated right now. They're not looking to attack. City have been the better side so far, if you had to argue, but they've been at the same level. None of the teams have any great chances so far. City have had a good chance from a corner with Nathan Ake, but that is as good as it's gotten for any of the two sides. Obviously, two of the best defensive sides in the world right now. Tuchel has really brought in a sense of stability in this Chelsea defense. And with not elite defenders, but with an elite defensive midfielder, as I said, N'Golo Kante, who's the best in the world right now and one of the best central defensive midfielders of all time. Azpilicueta currently has the ball and plays in Reece James on the right wing, who gives it back to Pulisic. Reece James. The formations, yeah. The formations are a bit weird. Chelsea's is very normal. It's what we've seen from Thomas Tuchel, that 3-4-3 with some changes due to rotation from the Champions League game. Obviously, we have Gilmour, who's not a starter for Chelsea, but he's replacing Jorginho. Pulisic is replacing Mason Mount, and Ziyech is replacing Kai Havertz. Oh, and big chance here for Chelsea. Werner just couldn't get to the ball. Chelsea are starting to look a bit more up for the game. Ziyech cross in, blocked by Cancelo, and Cancelo clears the ball. City do play a bit of a weird formation here today. It's not exactly how it looks here. It is a bit different, but still a bit weird. It's not usual we see Manchester City play with two strikers. We usually see them play with no strikers and we have a false nine. But today they've gone in with two strikers, with both Aguero and Gabriel Jesus. It's a bit of a rotation side. As you can see, the only players that are first team players for Manchester City are Cancelo, Diaz, Ederson. These are the three, and Rodri. These are the four players that play every week. All the rest are a bit of rotation pieces. That says a lot about the type of players that Manchester City have and the amount of money they spend. That they are able to fold this lineup, and this is their second string lineup. As you can see, the bench for Manchester City today has Phil Foden, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Kyle Walker, and Zinchenko. The substitute bench alone costs more than half of the teams in the Premier League. It's insane the amount of money that Manchester City have spent, and it's insane the amount of quality players they have. Chelsea also have some options of the bench if they want to change things up. Since COVID, what the fuck is wrong with football? Juve didn't win the league. Liverpool is in the Prem title race. Atletico is top of the league. PSG is in winning League One. What has COVID done? Obviously, COVID football has changed the face of football a lot. We've seen a lot of changes. A lot more games are being played. We have a lot more injuries. Players are tired. And you don't have the same amount of time in training to build something. It's just game after game after game. But with Juve not winning the league, it's expected. I was not expecting Juventus to be so far off Inter, but it was not going to be an easy game for them. They haven't invested in the squad a lot. They have Ronaldo there, who is elite and he's bagging 30 goals a season. But if you don't surround him with some good players, what are you expecting? Chelsea have just scored a goal that is clearly offside by Timo Werner. He was miles offside. The goal has been disallowed. In Liverpool's case, Liverpool obviously lost Van Dijk in the start of the season, and I think this is what has cost them being so far off everyone else. As you can see, the standings, I think they're currently fifth, not even fifth, they're seventh. West Ham are fifth. Van Dijk's injury is what cost Liverpool this season. I don't think they would have challenged even with Van Dijk. Maybe I'm wrong here, but Manchester City have looked on a different level. But Van Dijk is what has cost Liverpool a place in the Champions League next season if they don't make it. because with the defenders they have right now, they are not up to a level that the Premier League needs. Van Dijk is the best player on the Liverpool team. He brings confidence to everyone. He allows the fullbacks to move forward, and he allows Trent and players like that to make more mistakes, and he's there to clean everything up, because he is right now the best defender in the world. He was at the time, because now he's injured. But he's the reason that Liverpool are so far behind everyone else. And also Atletico being top of the league, very expected. I expected them to be there or thereabouts at the start of the season, because Barcelona have looked terrible, and Real Madrid have not invested in some good players. They have a very old, aging squad, Real Madrid, and Barcelona just don't have enough good players in the team. Atletico Madrid have the best squad in the La Liga, and they should be top of the league. PSG also not winning Ligue 1. That is a bit interesting. They've missed a lot of players with COVID at the start of the season. They have a lot of injuries. I think that has to do a lot with why they're not top of the league right now. But they still do have a chance to win Ligue 1. I want to see Zlatan in the Champions League. I hope Milan can hold on to top 4. It's not going to be easy for Milan. Sterling here has a shot saved by Mendy. It's not going to be easy for Milan. Bayern Munich have just scored a third goal. Robert Lewandowski again. What a striker this guy is. I think AC Milan play Juventus this week. I think they play tomorrow. Yes, they do play tomorrow. So this game is gonna mean a lot for that top 4 race. If AC Milan can somehow get a win, I think they are all but in the Champions League next season. But if they lose, it's not going to be easy for them to get Champions League football. It's going to be a very interesting game. It's tomorrow. Very interesting to watch. Yeah, Van Dijk was the sole reason that Liverpool won the league and Liverpool won the Champions League. He's the sole reason that all this has happened. He is the best defender in the world, and he brought a sense of stability to the back 4. Because he's so good, it doesn't matter who's next to him, and he lets players like Trent make. Trent can make mistakes defensively if Van Dijk's there. He cannot make mistakes defensively if Kabak is there, who is right now. And this is the reason why they're so far behind everyone else. Manchester City currently have possession of the ball. Ake's forward a bit, gives the ball to Mendy on the left wing. Mendy to Rodri, and intercepted by N'Golo Kante, but Rodri intercepts the pass. Cancelo on the wing. Cross in, cleared by Rudiger. Nothing special so far from either side. We haven't really seen any amazing football so far. Van Dijk in Atletico. Yeah, they would be. If Van Dijk was at Atletico Madrid, they would be almost impossible to score against. With a manager like Simeone, I think Van Dijk would thrive. But I don't think they have the level of amazing attacking players that Liverpool have right now. They don't have a player like Mane. They don't have a player like Salah. They don't have this type of players at Atletico Madrid. But they will still be so solid defensively that it will be so difficult for anyone to score past them. It is a corner here for Manchester City. Crossed in by Ferran Torres, cleared by Azpilicueta. City have a lot of corners so far in this game. With one of them they came close to scoring with Nathan Ake, but nothing since then. As you can see, City have a little bit more possession. Just the one shot on target for both sides. Nothing too interesting so far. Llorente, Carrasco are very good. I would say better than Firmino and Mane. I would not say that. I don't rate Firmino that much, but I'm sure that they're not better than Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane is one of the best wingers in the world, even if he's going through a tough spell right now with Liverpool. He's still one of the best wingers in the world. Yeah, Salah is carrying that Liverpool attack right now. I can agree with that. Nathan Ake plays the ball into Sterling in Chelsea's box. Mendy with a very bad cross in. He's gone in for a throw for Chelsea. Alonso with the throw in here. Trying to force Chelsea to move a bit forward on the pitch because City have kind of dominated the last 5 minutes of this game. So Chelsea will look to break a bit more forward and cause a bit of trouble into that Manchester City back line. But with Rodri's kind of dropping in as a centre back right now, and it looks like the wing backs are even further forward than they were before. Only the one shot on target still in this game. 5 minutes until the half time. Nothing too special so far in this game. You think Atletico should invest in a striker? Well, they do have Luis Suarez, who's an elite striker, but he is getting old. They have João Felix. I haven't seen a lot of João Felix and where he plays in that Atletico Madrid side. Is he more of a striker or more of a centre forward, attacking midfielder type of player? But yeah, they should be looking for a striker. I agree with that. Correa is now up to the standards of Atletico Madrid. If you want to compete for a league title, you should be having a better striker there. I don't know if Atletico Madrid have so much money in the bank where they can bring in an elite striker. There've been rumours, I think, about Lacazette. I think Lacazette would be a good option for Atletico Madrid if he was to leave Arsenal. There are rumours that Oblak wants to join a Prem team, most likely Chelsea or Man United. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think any Premier League sides are currently looking for a goalkeeper, any of the top sides anyway. Chelsea, I think, are pretty happy with Edouard Mendy. United have both David De Gea and Dean Henderson, so they will not be looking to add a third goalkeeper into that list. City have Edison, and Liverpool have Alisson. I don't think he's going to be moving to the Premier League. Jan Oblak, he will be staying with Atletico Madrid, or if he's going to leave, he's not going to be joining a Premier League side. That's my opinion on it. You don't have to worry about that. Chelsea are starting to get a little bit more possession in this game. Trying to dominate a bit on the possession side of things. Not really producing anything. They're still very far behind in the pitch. They're in their own half, just passing it around. Doesn't look like we're going to have any goals before half time. Doesn't really look like we're going to have goals in this game, as with the way things are going. This could be ending as a 0-0 draw. High chance of that happening. after Oblak versus Liverpool at Anfield, maybe Liverpool might want him, but it comes down to money. Now, there's not a chance that Liverpool are gonna buy Oblak. Alisson is the number one. They're behind him. There's no way they're getting Jan Oblak. Zero chance this transfer happens. There's no chance Liverpool buy a first team goalkeeper in the summer. They're gonna be sticking with Alisson for the near future. He hasn't had the best of seasons, but he's still an elite goalkeeper, and they don't need to be spending money at the goalkeeping spot. Oh, big mistake here by Christensen. Jesus is through here. Plays it through to Aguero. Aguero to Sterling. City are 1-0 up. Raheem Sterling scores for Manchester City. I don't think there's any offside or anything. Manchester City have the lead against Chelsea 1 minute before halftime. Very, very big mistake by Christensen. Really costing Manchester City here, and Christensen also looks to be injured as well. Big goal this for City. If they win this game, they obviously mathematically are the champions of the Premier League this season. Aguero more of a bad touch than a pass to Sterling. He had a bad touch, and Sterling scored in an empty net. But very, very big mistake here by Christensen, just gifting Manchester City a goal 30 seconds before half-time. On OneFootball, it was a rumour that Man United want to swap De Gea for Oblak. I don't think that's going to happen. They're not at the same value right now. Atletico Madrid will not be smart to take that offer. Oblak, I think, is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Same as De Gea. De Gea, in my opinion, is still one of the best goalkeepers in the world. But I don't think there's no chance that Oblak is going to be leaving Atletico Madrid in the summer, especially from Premier League side. City deserve the Champions League. You could argue that they have faced some good sides. They beat Dortmund, they beat Chelsea, they beat PSG. But I don't think that there is a chance that Chelsea can win in the final, because they are very solid defensively, and let's not forget they are not playing with their first team players right now against Manchester City. They have a lot of players that are not in their first team squad. They don't have Mason Mount in there. Christensen looks to be injured. He's walking off the pitch here. He's stumbling a little bit. So Chelsea are going to be playing with 10 men for the last couple of seconds of this first half. Can Manchester City somehow get a second goal before the first half is over? Jesus here. Ball into Ferran Torres. Jesus. Huge missed chance here by Gabriel Jesus. And it's a penalty. Penalty for Manchester City. 30 seconds after scoring the first goal, Manchester City have a penalty. Gabriel Jesus is brought down in the box, and it is a penalty for Manchester City. Let's see that again. I'm not sure if this is a penalty. VAR might... I would not give that as a penalty. I think VAR will not give this as a penalty. I will be shocked if they give this as a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty. Gabriel Jesus more just hits his own leg than anything else. I don't think it's a penalty. I think VAR should not have this as a penalty. But let's wait and see here what they will do. Kun Aguero is stepping up for the penalty. So it looks like that VAR has actually given the penalty. I'm a bit shocked here because this doesn't look like a penalty to me. But Sergio Aguero steps up. to give Manchester City a 2-goal lead going into the half and all but end this game. Let's see, can Aguero score? Aguero goes for the chip and he missed. Aguero goes for the Panenka and he missed the penalty. Pep Guardiola looks very, very angry here. And I don't know what Aguero was thinking there. Mendy just stays in the middle and catches the ball. Very, very bad penalty by Sergio Aguero. Very, very bad. And Pep Guardiola is not going to be happy with Aguero. He's really not going to be happy. He looks very angry here. I think we might be seeing an Aguero substitution in the second half after this penalty. So with the penalty missed, Chelsea still have a chance in this game. It is half-time. Manchester City 1, Chelsea 0. Sterling with a goal. And let's see what the second half brings us. Aguero missed. Yeah, Aguero missed. Not something we're used to. Aguero usually is very good from the penalty spot. But it was just a very bad penalty by Sergio Aguero. Easily saved by Edouard Mendy. It was just not the time and place for a Panenka. So half time, let's see what's happening on any other games. Bayern Munich have gone 4-0 up against Mönchengladbach. They just look like totally dominating this game. 4 goals, Coman with a 4th goal. Lewandowski with the assist. Half time there as well. Cadiz are beating Huesca 2-1 in the La Liga. And Huesca are back into the relegation zone if they continue losing to Cadiz. Yeah, same as Lookman. Panenkas are a very, very weird type of penalty. You should not be doing a Panenka penalty at this stage of a match. If you're 3-0 up, I get it. It doesn't matter if you miss it or not. Aguero and Lookman gonna go up and everybody's saying don't do Panenka. Yeah, exactly like that. But it's not a penalty that... I don't think Aguero has ever done a Panenka penalty. From what I remember, he usually places one of the bottom left or right hand corners. He's not usually a Panenka kind of guy. So it's very weird seeing him there. Cadiz are surprisingly doing really good in La Liga. Let's see where they are in the table. They are 11th. Pretty good for a team like Cadiz. They're obviously safe from the relegation zone. I don't think they're going to be able to get to the Conference League here. They are how many? They are 8 points behind with one more game than Betis. No, there's no chance they're catching them. But still a very good season for Cadiz. Yeah, I agree with that. You thought they would be relegated? I'm not an expert in the La Liga at all, so I don't know about the lesser teams there a lot about them. I'm pretty shocked to see Eibar so far down and them being 20th. I thought Eibar were a better side than what I'm seeing right now. I was not expecting Eibar to be relegated, and Valencia very, very, very low on the table. 12 draws, 14 losses. They're very, very bad for Valencia. Yeah, I agree. Eibar, I thought they were a better team. Very shocking to see them 20th. So see the Premier League table. If this result stays, Manchester City are going to be crowned Premier League champions if this result stays, and Chelsea are going to be in danger of losing that fourth spot to West Ham if West Ham can beat Everton tomorrow night. Obviously, Spurs lost today. Leeds totally dominated Spurs, 3-1 winners. Leeds have been very impressive this season. Ninth, they're above Arsenal, and they are playing very, very nice football. Um, very happy to see them so far up the table. They deserve it. Let's see if we have anything else we can talk about until the second half starts. Inter have scored a fourth goal against Sampdoria. Pinamonti with the fourth goal for Inter Milan. Lukaku's not playing. By the looks of things, he's on the bench. They normally finish mid-table Eibar. Yeah, this is the image I had of Eibar. I'm very surprised that they're going to be relegated. They're usually a very mid-table side. But it must have been a very disappointing season for them. Yeah, Inter have been very, very good in the Serie A this season. It was a bit of a shock seeing them being knocked out of the Champions League again 2 seasons in a row, but they've totally dominated the Serie A, and they finally won the Serie A after so many years. You just found that City-Chelsea game. Great. We're just going to be waiting 5 more minutes until the second half starts again. Anything else happening around the world of football? Obviously, if you guys haven't heard, Neymar has signed a new deal with PSG until 2025. He's going to be getting 30 million euros per year at PSG, and he's going to be getting a huge bonus if PSG ever win the Champions League. So these are the big news of the day in the footballing world, that Neymar has signed a new deal with PSG. As you can see right here. Neymar Junior 2025. Neymar said that the truth is that I'm very happy to be staying here for 4 more years. And I think it's time for Neymar to starting to show up a little bit in the bigger games. They missed a huge opportunity last season in the Champions League final. He should be doing better in the big games, and he has 4 more years to bring that elusive Champions League trophy to PSG. I want to see a trophy being lifted, but I don't want to give City karma or jinx it. They're not going to lift the trophy today, so you don't have to worry about that. Even if they win, the trophy lifting is going to be in a few weeks. Obviously, Neymar is a quality player. Let's not get it twisted. Neymar is one of the best players in the world. but he just doesn't show up in all of the games. Not at the end of. I think it's gonna be in the last home game. I don't know when that actually is. Let me check that for you really quick. One second, mate. I'm gonna give you the answer. So they're probably gonna be lifting the Premier League on the 23rd of May against Everton. This is going to be the last home game of the season, and I think this is where they will be lifting that Premier League trophy. So the game is going to be restarting in a few more minutes. I'm not going to be live for the whole of the second half. I'm going to be live for like the first 10 minutes of the second half. Then I'm going to have to close the stream. But don't you guys worry. There's going to be more videos dropping over the next couple of days. There might be another stream tomorrow, so don't forget to check that out as well. We might have another stream tomorrow. If not, we're certainly gonna have another video in the next couple of days. What was that goal from City? Christensen legit just gave Sterling the ball. I don't get how he got injured. Maybe he pulled a muscle. Yeah, I don't know how he got injured, but he made a huge mistake there. Huge mistake by Christensen. Really just gifted Manchester City the lead. Should be doing better there. So let's get back here, because the game is about to start in a few minutes. See any more goals have gone in around Europe? No. Obviously tomorrow we have some big games. We have Aston Villa against Man United. We have West Ham against Everton. A fight for the Champions League, the last Champions League spot between West Ham and Everton. We also have big games in La Liga. We have Real Madrid against Sevilla. We have a huge game in the Serie A. We have Juventus against AC Milan for that Champions League spot. Very interesting footballing day tomorrow. We also have some other big sporting events over the next 24 hours. We have a huge boxing fight tonight between Canelo Alvarez and who is he fighting again? I'm forgetting his name. Ooh. Canelo against Billy Joe Saunders, of course. And we also have Formula One tomorrow. We have the Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona. In that Barca game, Dest was just pacing through our defense, but Carrasco was creating chances and breaking legs. He tried some nutmegs, but he got tackled a bunch. Very frustrating. From what I've seen of Dest, he's not the best defensive player in the world. He's not a good right back. He's good going forward. He's awful defensively. So I can see that happening. That he went forward a lot more. The game started. Yeah, the teams are walking out onto the pitch. The game is starting. We can see Kevin De Bruyne is in the stands. He's on the squad for today's game. He's being rested. Manchester City is walking out. Aguero is still in the pitch, which is a bit of a shock, knowing Pep Guardiola and that huge penalty he missed. Yeah, exactly like Jordi Alba. Alba is awful defensively, but he's not that good going forward anymore as well. From what I've seen of him over the last 2-3 seasons, he's dropped a huge amount of levels. But he is awful defensively. The whole of Barcelona are awful defensively. They don't have any good defensive players in that squad. They don't really have any good players. If you take Messi from that, if you take away Messi from that Barcelona side, they're probably going to be finishing 10th in La Liga. Even that is a bit of a stretch. 10, 11th. This is the place they would be without Lionel Messi. He's really carrying that Barcelona side throughout the season. So the game has kicked off for the second half. Manchester City have the ball. And they're starting trying to control the game a little bit from the start of the second half. No changes for either side from what I've seen. Yeah, no changes at all for either side. Sterling is through here. Azpilicueta, great defensive work by Cesar Azpilicueta. A bit of a mess up here between Azpilicueta and Mendy. Ake has the ball on the left wing. Blocked by James. Pulisic gives it to Werner. Kante, not good rate to pass to Gilmour. And City have the ball again. City are knocking the ball around a little bit here, from side to side, trying to get a bit more control in this game. As it's just the second half has just started. Missed ball here by Laporte towards Cancelo, and Pep Guardiola does not look very happy here. Inter have just scored a fifth goal against Sampdoria. It's 5-1 to Inter against Sampdoria. Lautaro Martinez with the fifth goal tonight. And Inter have totally dominated the game from start to finish by the looks of things. But let's go back to our game here. Ederson has the ball, gives it to Sterling in the middle of the park, plays it wide towards Laporte and Nathan Ake. Rodrigo to the other side towards Cancelo. Some good pressing here by Chelsea. They're not pressing the centre halves, but they are pressing everybody else. And it's causing Manchester City to make a few more mistakes than we usually expect of them. Very bad pass here by Nathan Ake, and Pep looks furious with Nathan Ake there. And Chelsea have the ball. Will we see a Chelsea comeback in the second half, or will Manchester City clinch the title today? We have 40 more minutes of football still to be played. A lot can change, but we'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of players on the bench as well that can change the game for both sides, both for Chelsea and Manchester City. City are trying to dominate the ball in the second half a bit more than they did in the first half. Just trying to keep hold of the ball for as much as possible. Mistake here by Ederson. And Kante has the ball. Kante trying to find James, but he cannot find the pass. He gives it back to Billy Gilmour, who finds Antonio Rudiger towards Ziyech, back to Rudiger, and is back into the defense with Kurt Zouma and Cesar Spilicueta. Werner here. Very dangerous spot for Timo Werner. Shot is just wide of the post. Still 1-0 to Manchester City. First shot of the second half for Chelsea. Not shot on target, but still a shot for Timo Werner. But by the looks of things, he was offside as well. So even if that had gone in, it would not have counted. So guys, unfortunately, this is going to be all for the stream. Thank you everyone for coming into the stream, giving me a chance. Had a lot of fun today, having a chat about football with all of you guys. Hope to see you on the next stream and on the next videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new. Drop the video a like as well, it really does help me out a lot. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye.